Tonight's 6 rounds of boxing, this in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing silver trimmed in white, he weighed officially 123 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 9th time as a professional. From Fajardo, Puerto Rico, here is Reyes. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing navy blue with gold. He weighed in 122 pounds. He has 9 professional bouts, bringing a record of 7 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 2 wins by way of knockout. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, here is Rafael GRAMAJO. And your referee in charge of the action is Jerry Cantu.
Mouthpiece, Chief Second. Mouthpiece. Gentlemen, you have received your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. And you would obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Tail of the tape, Dougie GRAMAJO and Harold Reyes.
Reyes is 1 year younger at age 25. Their height is even at 5'5", and GRAMAJO has a slight reach advantage.
Rafael GRAMAJO, 7-1-1, living in Los Angeles, California. He's originally from Garden City, Kansas. Yes, the same Garden City, Kansas, where it seems like every Mexican fighter, if you mention they're from Kansas, they have to stop at Garden City. Victor Ortiz, Brandon Rios, Antonio Orozco, Rafael GRAMAJO, a small community. They all know each other, and they're all scrappers. We've seen a lot of Rafael GRAMAJO as he's part of that West Side boxing stable. Was away from the sport for a couple years because of management problems. He waited out his contract in Kansas. After that, he came to Los Angeles. Literally called the Salcedo brothers at the West Side Boxing Gym and said, hey, I'm a featherweight. I want to train with you. And as Nacho said, yeah, a lot of people call us. Said, sure, come on in. Dude showed up at 170 pounds because he hadn't fought. Father of 2. He and his girl just decided to pack up their belongings and drove straight to the gym. Had nowhere to stay, no friends, no family, nothing. As Reyes fell down, he tripped over the water from the previous fight. As Cantu says no.
And GRAMAJO was lucky that he didn't land that shot that he tossed after Reyes was down, because that could have cost him a point.
GRAMAJO in the blue trunks. Harold, El Dinámico, the dynamic one. Reyes from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico.
And we have seen GRAMAJO evolve as a fighter. We've seen him bring his weight down, get his conditioning together. We've seen him polish up his style, tighten up his technique, and we've seen him grow in confidence as he's extended that win streak to 6-0.
He's 26 years old, and the first couple fights at the Velasco, he was losing that fat. Now you see him cut, like some muscle in this dude.
Yeah, he looks good. And he's going to need to have some athleticism because Reyes is athletic, and he seems to be one of these guys. He's not just a stick and move fighter. He's somebody who's able to pot shot on the fly.
Well, Reyes has actually had a pretty good round number 1, but you get the sense now GRAMAJO is starting to gauge the speed and the quickness. The key is just keep coming behind that jab, and he's doing a nice job of starting the corner and starting to close the gap on Reyes.
I like the fact that GRAMAJO is also punching in combination, whereas Reyes is one shot and then he's moving out of the way.
Reyes 2-5-1. Favorite fighter? Not Tito. He's a Cotto guy.
It's a Cotto guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, are you sure? Because most every Mexicans go Chavez, Puerto Ricans go Tito.
Right. It's like a rule.
As he said, I'm different. 10 seconds to go in the opening round, scheduled for 6. The Velasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. The first Friday of the month. That means it's Fight Club. And GRAMAJO sat down with our cameras.
We've actually started camp early, so we're really focused on this fight all week. As we fight, every fight we progress. I just want to keep fighting, you know, and get to the top. And to get to the top, you got to continue to fight. So it feels good. I'm excited for this fight. We normally work on everything. We try not to leave anything out, you know, so we focus on being a boxer. We focus on having to be a brawler, toe-to-toe. whatever we got to do, we just go based off the other fighter.
There's Gramajo, and he has a very tight relationship with the Saucedo brothers, Jose and Nacho, who own and operate the Westside Boxing Club.
Oh, they're really loving the water to be splashed all over in this
Really
corner.
You know, guys, I was in Niagara Falls last week. I was hit with this much water. You know, I gave round number 1 to Reyes, actually, but I got the sense that he had to expend a lot more energy.
I scored
it.
I thought it was close and competitive, but I scored it for Gramajo. I liked his jab, I liked his body work, and I liked his aggressiveness and activity.
I just wonder how long can Reyes keep this tempo up? He is really having to work hard, expend a lot of energy, and really use his legs to really stay away from the attack of Gramajo.
Rafael Gramajo. The Familia Gramajo watching in Garden City. Mom, Guadalupe. She's from Durango, Mexico. Northwest part of the state. Doug, you like this? They do their sprint workouts for the Westside Boxing and Tino Nava, Nick Arce at Dorsey High. Jackie Robinson Stadium. They go do some work there. They'll go by the Culver City stairs. Anybody's ever done them?
Right.
They go there. 295 of them that I've counted.
That's good work.
Good road work. Young, stable, young fighters. His nickname is El Alequín, which is like the little fiery rooster. I was like, what's that name from? He's like, because when I was a little kid, I was that little kid who was just running around and you couldn't stop me doing anything.
I believe him.
Started boxing because his brothers took him there. Older brothers, and so that was it. I was hooked on boxing. He said, because in elementary school, he used to fight a lot. Like, oh, you were the one picking on kids. He's like, no, I was the small one. I was the one defending the bigger kids, telling bullies, don't do that. And then they finally tell him, you're going to fight. You're going to put you in the gym at the age of 9. And let's go. After that, as I look back.
The youngest brothers are always the scrappiest.
There's always Steve Rozzo in Houston, Texas, watching us on Ring TV Live. Loaded gloves. Appreciate the tweets. Always fun here.
Good body work from Gramajo. But he has to watch out for that right hand from Reyes. He keeps getting hit with it.
The reason why he's getting hit coming inside with those counter right hands, he's a little bit naked. I like the tempo and I like the way he's moving his head, moving forward. But he's not putting out the shield of the jab in front of him. That leaves a wide pathway, clear pathway for Reyes to land that right hand. Also, when he gets this guy trapped in the corner, I would just go exclusively to the body to begin with. He's missing a lot of hooks over the top.
Hook upstairs and to the body from Gramajo.
Reyes is able to land. Gramajo's landing more just because he's committing more to his offense.
Reyes does not stop moving. He was upset because he couldn't get a lineup to fix that lineup on his hair right there on the side. He's like, I was looking for somebody to clean it up a little bit.
Trained more world champs than anyone else in boxing history. Worked with Duran. He was no coward. I know how he began in life, what he willed himself to become.
Is that a real fighter?
Duran should fight no one but me.
You're Roberto Duran. Get in there and act like him.
Are we going to be champions?
Hands of Stone, in theaters everywhere, August 26th.
Cannot wait for August 26th. Go to The Boy Boxing on Ring TV Live is brought to you by Hands of Stone. No mas, no surrender. Relive the legend of Roberto Duran this summer, August 26th. The Panamanian. Actually, you just saw him, didn't you, Steve?
Yes.
He was training Shane Mosley.
He was training Shane Mosley. And I got to tell you, if there was a senior boxing age division group, he would be top 5. He is still in fantastic condition.
It's mentally sharp as a tack.
Steve worked that fight last weekend in Arizona. Shane Mosley, good card. Good job as always, Steve.
Thank you.
The one and only Ray Flores. That's what you worked with, baby. Sweet baby, Ray. Chicago announcer, always watching. Thanks for support, Ray. We're in the 3rd round, scheduled for 6. Rafael Gramajo in the blue trunks and with gold trim. More jabbing from Gramajo. 37 pro rounds coming into this fight. Only loss for him was back in 2012. He said at that time just a lot of different things were going on in his life. Had the loss, had the draw. After that loss, went on a 6-fight winning streak. That's where he's at right now at 7-1-1. Not a lot of power on him, but he gets the job done. Very effective is GRAMAJO. Only 2 knockouts. Good left. Body work. Good right from Reyes, but one at a time from the Boricua.
Right. If he could just put a left hook behind that right, because he can't miss with the lead right.
That's that
there
hook,
we go. That's what he needs to do.
Reyes was in the back, listening to some bachata. That's some Prince Royce. Well, what else you listen to? He's like, well, the first time I came to California, it's the first time I've heard like regional Mexican music. I kind of like it. It was cool, so I listened to that at the hotel yesterday. Like on purpose, like, no, they were playing it. Like, yeah, you're in LA. What do you expect, bro?
Tell you what, we've seen GRAMAJO have to work hard for his decision victories, and I'll say this. I think he's a little bit lucky that Reyes is not a puncher.
Yeah, Doug, I remember his last fight against Sharon Carter. I remember that guy was a bit of an athlete who actually gave him fits in the first round, and he was able to adjust. This style's been a little bit more difficult. This guy's a little bit bigger. See, right there, GRAMAJO needs to make himself small, as they say, get inside, and he's way too upright. If he's going to fight at this distance, he's got to be able to tuck that chin in and just bend at the knees and at the torso just a little bit, because he's a little bit too upright. That's why he's getting hit with so many counter right hands.
There was a short left from Reyes.
Harold Dinamico Reyes started boxing at the age of 15. Said it was too many fights that he was losing in the streets. Not because he was picking on them, they were picking on him. Went to the gym to learn self-defense. Put him in a couple tournaments, had over 60 amateur bouts. He just loves the sport. He's in a good one against Rafael GRAMAJO. Good one Saturday night at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Steve Kim dubbed it many years ago StubHub Magic. They used to play tennis there. Now all they do is just box.
Well, as I wrote earlier this week, it's much more known now for its right hooks or right crosses and left hooks than it serves and volleys. I still remember, Doug, when we go out there a decade ago, that mystique was built over years, though. The first couple of years, let's face it, there really was no StubHub mystique.
No, I think it really started going forward after 2007 when Margarito fought Paul Williams. I think that 12-round welterweight title bout kind of set it off.
And what really sealed it, one of the most memorable nights ringside I've ever seen, you were right there next to me, Vasquez-Marquez 3.
Yeah, the rubber match was unbelievable.
And you can watch tomorrow's fights. We have 4 of them for you on ringtvlive.com for $9.99. You can check them out. It starts with Jonathan Navarro. After that, Nick Arce, Chimpa Gonzalez, and Gabe Rosado. There'll be some good scraps. That'll start at 4:30, ringtvlive.com. Check it out. Small, $9.99 investment on your Saturday evening. Why not? Right now you're watching Rafael GRAMAJO in the blue against Harold Reyes in the silver, the Boricua. Jab from GRAMAJO. Double jab from GRAMAJO.
I thought Reyes did well enough in round 3 for me to score that round for him. I thought he was the ring general in that round, although it was close.
Doug, I actually gave round 3 to GRAMAJO, but I agree with you.
It's that kind of fight.
I thought it could have gone either way, but I think GRAMAJO's got to do a better job of taking away the legs of Reyes. And one of the ways you do it is by consistently going downstairs. And again, he keeps missing hooks over the top. I think he's done a decent job at times of closing the distance, getting into position. And I think his punch sequence has not been very... Right here, right there, he needs to just get down low and start to really dig to the ribs. Really make a consistent investment to the body.
Body work from GRAMAJO. Slowing the pace a little bit with Reyes. Good lateral movement from GRAMAJO. Chasing down the Puerto Rican.
A nice right hand landed by GRAMAJO.
Yeah, Reyes switches back and forth southpaw stance, and he's very comfortable doing it. Athletic is the Puerto Rican in the silver trunks. 45 seconds to go in the 4th round. It's scheduled for 6. A little bit low. Count 2, the referee steps in between. Reyes says he's fine. Action picks back up. Rafael GRAMAJO, West Side Boxing. The hashtag they got is the Marching Skulls. They come out strong, they come out loud for their fighters out of the West Side Boxing Club. Left from Reyes.
Right hand landed by Reyes. Reyes using some head and upper body movement to evade GRAMAJO's jab. GRAMAJO corners Reyes. Reyes lands punches off the ropes, but he also catches punches along the ropes. That was a left to the body, straight right combination from GRAMAJO.
There you see Sanisa Estrada coming up tonight, the first female to fight at the Belasco Theater. East LA's own Sanisa Estrada warming up in the back. She's coming up later on tonight. Fifth round, scheduled for 6. You're watching Rafael GRAMAJO and Harold Reyes. GRAMAJO in the blue. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim here ringside. Our normal perch at the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles, the first Friday of every month. So that's the LA Fight Club. Near sellout tonight. Standing room only section. GRAMAJO controlling this fight. The athletic and quick Harold Reyes giving GRAMAJO some kind of fit at times. The combinations are being landed by GRAMAJO.
Well, Beto, I agree with you. He's been very tricky and very slippery. If I'm in the corner of GRAMAJO, and again, we don't know what's being said in there, I would ask the fighter more or less to basically aim from the chest down, work from the bottom, and then go to the top. I think, he's missing a lot of right hands and left hooks as he tries to aim for the head of Reyes.
Reyes has been stopped once in his career by knockout. The other time he was stopped because he was against the ropes. He said he was covering himself up. The referee said, you got to defend yourself. That was early on in his career. He said, I learned that. He said, don't cover up, throw back. Those are, the other ones have gone to the decision. He said, he's a guy talking to Reyes. He said, I make it difficult for people. Maybe I make it too difficult for judges too.
That's an honest assessment of his style. It's awkward. Yeah, it's awkward. It's cagey.
Like he doesn't get hit flush.
He doesn't get hit flush, and he doesn't hit quite enough.
Yeah. And that's kind of a hard task for a fighter like GRAMAJO, 7-1-1. Hard task for anybody, but if you're trying to work your way up, get out of the 6 rounders, progress, this can be frustrating.
Absolutely.
Like, how much can you learn from a fight like this?
Well, you learn patience. You work on that. You work on keeping your focus, sticking to your game plan, or you work on making the necessary adjustments.
Is that more of a mental thing, Steve?
No, it is. And I'll tell you, again, right there's a mistake. See the way he's so upright. Now, this is pretty good head movement here. But as they watch this tape, I guarantee you GRAMAJO is going to look at himself and see a lot of missed opportunities along the ropes. Now, when he starts his combinations to the body, they're much more effective than when he does it vice versa.
Reyes with his hands down, looking like he's feeling confident. Gets hit with the left, covers it up a bit, and lands a left of his own. Right from Reyes. Final seconds of the 5th round. It's scheduled for 6. Good one between GRAMAJO and Reyes. LA Fight Club has developed a lot of fighters. You see Joseph Diaz Jr. go on to HBO. Tomorrow, Saturday, you're going to see Abraham Lopez and El Camarón Julian Ramirez on HBO. And Christian Chimpa Gonzalez, the last time he was in the Belasco, he was a headliner, and he knocked out David Rodella in the 1st round. And matchmaker sequence, a segment about Christian Chimpa Gonzalez, the undefeated 20-year-old from Buena Park.
Chimpa one of my personal favorite fighters, a young kid that shows tremendous potential, a young kid who, you know, at the beginning you see his record and you see all these knockouts, but you're wondering, is it legit, is it real, or is it because the opposition was soft? Well, in the year he's been with us, year plus, gradually stepped up, and every time passed with flying colors. That power's for real. You have a future world champion. As long as his head's straight and keeps working hard like he has been and learning every day, future world champion.
The 6th and final round between Rafael GRAMAJO and Harold Reyes. Doug, how do you have it after 5?
I have it 4 rounds to 1 for Rafael GRAMAJO. Just think he is the busier of the two. He's the aggressor, and he's throwing and landing more punches.
Doug, I have it exactly the same, but I think there's at least 1 round or 2 you can make a very strong case that Reyes may have edged it out.
I agree.
Especially early on in the rounds when he was moving around so much. Body shot from GRAMAJO. This is GRAMAJO we've seen the last few fights. Grinds it out, stays strong. Mentioned earlier, he's a father of 2. Say when he's hanging around 19-year-old Nick Arce or Tenochtitlan Nava at the Westside Gym, he's like, these guys are kids.
Right.
He's like, I have responsibilities. I have to go home. I have bills to pay. These guys are wondering, you know, what am I going to do later? He's like, I'm not playing video games. He's like, but being around those guys keeps him young as an athlete.
Sure.
Boy, I like this sequence here by GRAMAJO. He should just stay right inside, he lost a little bit of spacing right there, but I thought that was a pretty good sequence of him just staying right to the chest of Reyes and just really making an investment downstairs.
Is that what you were talking about earlier? We're just chest down?
Yeah,
that's what you
really,
want to go.
when you're in that type of space, you don't want to be straight up and down, as they say. You want to have a little bend in the knees, but he's also did a nice job of really banging away to the body, both sides.
Hands down from Reyes in the silver trunks. GRAMAJO keeps coming. Mention that nickname Alekin, where the little kid, the rooster would just keep coming. That's what he's doing. That left might have hurt Reyes. Takes a deep breath. Overhand right from GRAMAJO. Body work from GRAMAJO with 53 seconds to go in the fight.
Reyes has lost all the steam on his punches. He's just been slapping this final round.
Another deep breath as he adjusts the cup. Stiff jab for GRAMAJO, who's looking fresh here in the 6th round. That track workout, Dougie, you know all about it.
Absolutely, it pays off. Hey, it builds the legs, it builds the snap and the reflexes, but it also teaches fighters, when they do it, it teaches them how to sort of regulate their breathing and deal with fatigue.
20 seconds to go in the fight. Uppercuts landing. GRAMAJO finishing this fight very strong. 10 seconds to go. As there you hear the clap next to me. Rafael GRAMAJO, West Side Boxing, trying to go 2-0 tonight. And that'll do it. 6 good rounds between Rafael GRAMAJO and Harold Reyes. Look at some of the highlights put together from this bout. It went 6 rounds. A couple of guys weighing 122 pounds.
Early on in this fight, Steve, it was about GRAMAJO closing the distance, cutting the ring off on a very elusive opponent, an athletic opponent with the ability to punch on the fly. He did some of his best work when Reyes' back was against the ropes, but there was also some nice exchanges in the center of the ring. I like the jab from GRAMAJO. It's something he needs to continue to work on. And as you said, he needs to learn how to make himself a little bit more compact, tuck that shin in a little bit more, bend from the knees a little bit. It'll make him harder to hit by those right hands. It'll also add to the leverage of his body punches.
You know, I thought he had a very strong 6th round. I thought he salted away this fight, put away any doubt. But Doug, I think this was a very good learning experience. I think he's going to watch this tape and he's going to realize one thing. He left a lot of money on the table as it related to going downstairs. That's one of the ways he slowed down a guy with a good set of wheels. Just keep digging to the ribs and take away the guy's movement.
And maybe if he committed a little bit more to the body in the early rounds, he could have tuckered Reyes out before the 6th and final round. But he was definitely the stronger of the two at the end of this fight.
To the judges' scorecards, and here are the totals. Both judges, Dr. Lou Moret and Zach Young, have it 59-55. Raul Kai Sr., 58-56. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Rafael GRAMAJO.
Jefe de Jefes, Divas del Norte's jamming El Aliquín. Improves the 8-1-1. Rafael GRAMAJO has the marching skulls all fired up. As Westside Boxing comes out strong. They go 2-0 tonight. As Tinoch Nava and Rafael GRAMAJO out of the Westside Boxing stable in Mid-Cities, Los Angeles. And then the third one, they're trying to go 3 for 3. Nick Arce, you can check that out on our ringtvlive.com pay-per-view. $9.99. You'll get 4 good fights from the StubHub Center. There you see the Salcedo brothers, Jose and Nacho, with their fighter, Rafael GRAMAJO. Good, tough 6 rounds.
You know, GRAMAJO is a fighter on a streak now. 7 consecutive victories, and the last 2 fights he's had to deal with extreme movement. And Doug, you hear this all the time. He doesn't deal with movement well. I hate that phrase. You know why, Doug? Because in boxing, everybody has problems with that much movement.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Tinoch Nava, Pablo Rubio Jr., Rafael GRAMAJO coming back at 7. Sinisa Estrada, Zachary Ochoa, and Ronnie Rios. For Steve Kim and Doug Fisher, I'm Bethel Duran. Thanks for watching Ring TV Live.
A minute. I can hold it.